Many people complain of the huge amount of spending for our military. 54% of all federal discretionary spending, which is a total of $598.5 billion, goes into our military every year. Aircraft specifically cost for a huge chunk of the spending. Our purpose of this speech is to inform people of the work and cost that goes into building aircraft, and to show that aircraft is expensive due to the time, work, and cost that goes into its production. My name is Jordan German, and I will walk you through all of that. The first U.S. military aircraft was used in 1914 during World War I, and they were mainly used for spotting along with other countries using aircraft because the lack of technology didn't allow us to have bombers, fighters, or anything like that up until World War II, where there was dogfighting and still the technology was lacking, and one of the most ways to do damage is just to run your plane into each other. As technology advanced though, the production and the cost moved up. During World War II, they decided that we needed to mass produce these planes due to other nations that were running theirs, and we needed to compete with them. So by the end of World War II, there was over 50,000 planes that were unused and weren't needed, and this caused a lot of the manufacturers and producers to go out of business, and a lot of people lose their jobs due to the fact that we had such a huge supply with no demand. But when technology increased, these also became obsolete. I know quite a bit about what I'm going to talk about due to the fact that I am a maintenance technician at Patriot Machine Incorporated, which is a 5 and 6 axis CNC aerospace machining facility, and we work closely with Boeing and other aerospace manufacturers and help design some of their specialized parts. Dad is also an aerospace engineer and physicist at Boeing, and I have learned a lot through him and all of his coworkers. So due to the vast amount of time, work, and cost, we will look at the increasing price and production of these aircraft. So after planes became a key factor in World War II and a factor but not as big a one in World War I, Boeing decided to come out with more commercial lines, which didn't go too well at first. There was a couple of accidents that happened with some of the first commercial lines that kind of frightened people away from them, and they still stuck with what their comfortable modes of transportation were. And then they came out with the 707, which was 1958 and was huge for the commercial airline business. And using that step, Boeing started to become huge in the aerospace business and decided to start really jumping into their military aircraft. So according to general aviation manufacturers, the recession of 2008, the production of aircraft went from 4,000 aircraft a year to under 2,500 aircraft. And that's due to almost a double of increase in the cost of aircraft. And that came due to a lot of manufacturers couldn't afford the same product as cheaply as it would. We have a product at our work called a boom skin, which helps refuel fighter jets mid-air. And when it comes in as raw material, it costs $100 grand just as the pure metal. And after almost $350 an hour to machine it, it leaves our store and costs upwards of $350,000. And that's just for one piece of an aircraft. I was talking to my manager, Terry Hawkins, who's also the plant manager of Patriot Machine, and he said that each and every machine in our facility is specifically built, designed, and produced for us. So we have T2s, T4s, tons of 5 and 6 axis machines that go with this, and they're each and every one of them specifically designed to do their particular job and run their particular part, which can be reprogrammed. At the end of the process, aircraft are costing anywhere from $15 million for low level, low technology planes, all the way up to $2.2 billion. And that's for a lot of these stealth planes, unmanned bombers, and aircraft that we aren't even allowed to know about. The people at Patriot and Boeing are still, I can't even know what I'm building when I'm making it, and I have to fix the machines that are making these parts. So with all the changes that are going on in the aerospace field, the recession, the rising price of metal, the cost of machining, and the fact that we're getting new technology every single day that's making these parts harder to make and more complicated, this cost keeps going up. But while we do spend a lot on our military, it's one thing that in years to come will still increase. So I have a couple of pictures. First of all, in 1914, this is the Bristol Scout from World War I. It's a very low-level plane. Obviously, as you can tell, it doesn't look like anything too impressive, but it was still awesome that in a time like this, they were able to make something as convenient as this, and it still, as a spotter, did a lot for our Army. This is the facility I work at, Patriot Machine, which is located off Industrial Boulevard in St. Charles, Missouri. This is a World War II bomber. Like I said, when World War II came out, the technology advanced and they were finally able to carry large weapons with them, because in World War I, they weren't able to have the power to carry them. This is the Boeing 707, which came out in 1958, and this was one of the first commercial aircraft to come out. And then this is just a variety of different military aircraft. There's F-22s, F-18s, there's an S-17, and it's all comparable. I mean, these go for, like I said, I believe the F-22s go for about $38 million, so it's not very cheap. And then this is actually machined in my facility, SNK1. This runs the boom skins that I told you about, and this alone is an 80-foot table in order to tool each part. And this is our T4, which cost, the machine itself costed $18 million, not including tools. And this itself can make anything you want. 6-axis that you can program to do awesome. I mean, it's unbelievable what they can actually do. And then this is an SR-17 Blackbird, which we made a couple of parts for. We made a lot of the joints for most of the aircraft out there now. It's really weird joints that can only be machined at certain facilities. All right, and that's it for all the pictures I have. Thank you very much.